Hello parents, this is Miss White and I wanted to explain to you what your mClass reports look like and what they mean so that you're not lost when these reports come home to you. As you know, each month I have been sending home a packet for your child to practice. We have letter naming fluency where they should read letters in 1 minute, as many as they can in 1 minute. Then we have nonsense word fluency. Nonsense word fluency is to either read the sounds p, ah, k, and or say the word pock. Because this is a CVC word, the vowel is always going to make the short sound. So this would be a short O, a short A, but we ultimately want the kids to be able to say pock, sav, dal, zad, gup. But at the moment, if they're just going savd, al, zad, that's okay, but it will affect their score, and I'll show you where in just a minute. Last month, I started sending home words, and this month I have a different word list to send you, but this is to help with phonemic awareness. Can you give your kid a word? In this case, let's say the word nut. Can they break it into the sounds? Nut says n, t, not n, t, but n, t. Because part of the assessment for mClass does that. So let's look at the assessment. First we have letter naming. And I just made a couple of reports and change numbers. So these aren't anybody's children's reports. I just made some of my own, okay? So let's start with letter names. This is how many letters can your child name in 1 minute? This is a combination of uppercase and lowercase, just like the practice that I've been sending home since the beginning of the year. Now, you can see here, this child is in the green, and that's where we want them to be, okay? This child is well below where they need to be. If they are in red, they are well below, and they need a lot of support and practice with the alphabet. And then this one is also in the green, which means they're right on target, okay? The next section is the phonemic awareness, and that's where I say, if I say the word sun, can you tell me the sounds that you hear? And they would say s, n. And that's where this list back here comes in handy to practice. I sent 2 lists for the month of March. You have 1 big page for the month of February. But let's say the word jab, and the child would say jab. And then ask them to break that apart. Tap it into sounds. We use our arm, and we start and we tap on our shoulder, j. We tap on our elbow, ah. And we tap in our hand, b, j, ab, jab. Okay, so there's a few words to help you with that. So again, phonemic awareness. This child is on target. This one also needs practice. And this one is in yellow, which means they're below benchmark. In other words, they're below where they are expected to be at this point in the school year, because this is the middle of the school year. Next, we have phonics. Now, phonics is measured using nonsense words. And you'll see there are 2 parts to phonics. Reading the letter name sounds, which is where your child would say g, up, or reading the whole word and they would say gup. They can do either or. So, as you can see here, this child is well above where they need to be. If they are in the blue shows that they're above the goal. This child only read 12 sounds correctly across the page, and they read 0 words, 0 nonsense words. This one is well above where they need to be with sounding out, so g, up. But they didn't attempt to do any where they read the full word, gup. So that's the discrepancy here, is they're well above because they can do the sounds, but when it comes to blending it to make it a nonsense word, they are not able to do that. And then finally, accurate and fluent reading. This is where you read sight words. We've been practicing sight words all year, and there are some sight words on there that have been on our lists. And as you can see here, this child with a 7 is on target. They're benchmark. They're right where they need to be for the middle of the school year. Because this child did not read any words, they discontinued and this test was not given. Because the child missed the words here, they were not given the assessment here. So you see that when they make progress in phonics, then we will look at word reading. And then here is another one where this child is benchmarked. They are at 7. 10 is going to be above benchmark. 4 is just barely benchmark. So we want to practice those sight words. So keep reading the sight words, practicing those at home. This packet of information that I send you each month is a valuable tool to be able to practice to help your child be successful on the mClass assessment, in addition to the other things that we have going on in the classroom. So we have letter naming. This is where you set a timer for 1 minute. They read across the page as many letters as they can. 1 minute, go. D, C, A, L, X, E, I, N, Z, P. And you keep on going, and when the minute's up, you make a mark. Tomorrow, you come back. Okay, set your timer, 1 minute, ready, go. D, C, A, L. And your goal is to make it past the point where you stopped last time. Or maybe if you missed one before, don't miss it this time. Here, 1 minute, and I want to read these nonsense words. Not only do I want to say p-ok, I want to say pock, salve, dal, zad, gup, whip, salve, gook, sit, dex, sib, pock, dudge. So do you see? It's okay if they make the sounds d, d, a, l, z, a, d, but have them try to do d, a, l, dal, z, a, d, zad, g, up, gup, w, ep, whip. And this helps to increase both areas under phonics. And then phonemic awareness, again, having them tap the sounds. I give you a word, you tell me the sounds that you hear. Bun, b-n. Bad, b-ad. It's not b-ad. Make sure they clip that sound, clip it off. Don't let them drag it out. Okay, because it's not j, it's j. So clip that sound, and this is just a list of words. None of this up here you have to worry about. I just strictly copied this for the words here and here for you to practice phonemic awareness at home. If you have any questions about your child's report, please feel free to email me. I will not be keeping copies of these. These will be coming home to you so that you will have access to be able to see, and we will test again at the end of the year. I am constantly progress monitoring your students to see if they're making progress, and we are also working on these skills in class. So if you have any questions, please let me know. And don't forget these packets that I put in your yellow folder. They're there for homework each and every day, just 1 minute on each page. It's not meant for you to spend a long period of time with. Just 1 minute every day on each page is going to help your child make drastic improvements. Thanks, guys, and I hope this helps you understand your mClass report a little better. Have a great afternoon.